Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich, and today is Tarot Talk Tuesday. I tried and I tried and I tried to get the image of the Two of Swords because that is what we are doing today, is the Two of Swords. However, I cannot, for some reason, get OBS to put the Two of Swords image on the screen. So hopefully, Jelly, you're gonna have to go. Thank you. Um, Thank you for the lovin's, but we gotta do some stuff here. Um, anyway, as I hit everything. So I tried and I tried to get the Two of Swords to be able to be up on the screen over here, but I couldn't do it. So I don't know if it's that my OBS needs to have an update or what it is, but that's where we sit right now. I'm going to continue to try to do this, but I don't know exactly what it is that I'm doing wrong here. So anyway, so I'm gonna do just like I did last week. Is I'm going to go ahead and put this up on the, or hold this up. Do excuse my nails and whatnot. I don't have the best nail jobs and whatnot. I know some people like to have that to look at, but I don't take care of my nails like I should. And anyway, we're going to get past that, and I'm going to start off by reading from the Pictorial Key of the Tarot, or Pictorial Key to the Tarot by A.E. Waite, and illustrations by Pamela Coleman Smith. Like I said in last week's video, I am going to go through the more traditional quote-unquote Rider-Waite Smith, and this says, a hoodwinked female figure balances two swords upon her shoulders. Divinatory meanings, conformity, and the equipoise, which it suggests courage, friendship, concord in a state of arms. Another reading gives tenderness, affection, intimacy. The suggestion of harmony and other favorable readings must be considered in a qualified manner, as swords generally are not symbolical of beneficent forces in human affairs. Reversed, imposture, falsehood, duplicity, and disloyalty. Okay, I can agree with the generalized meaning, especially of the reverse, but also I don't. A lot of the Two of Swords meanings that A.E. Waite has here, I don't agree with. So, like, having the reverse meaning as a full-on reversal of facts, I agree with that, but overall, I really don't agree with that meaning. So let me go through here, and I'm going to go through and let me see if I have something to point at this with. We're gonna use some tweezers here. So I'm going to use that as my pointing device. I usually use these for if I have something to put on like a charcoal disc, or if I have something that I want to burn but don't want to sit there and hold it. I'll hold it by the very end of it, like so, and burn it. Nice little tweezers. Good thing to have. Anyway, it's going to be my pointer today because my computer wants to be a butt, or OBS wants to be a butt, and does not want me to show you guys any of this. Excuse me. So anyway, the first thing I want to go through is the meaning of the swords that we established in the last one is about intelligence and intelligent meanings. Again, we have here, and I'm trying to do this in reversal and seeing it on my screen. I need to move this. Okay. And I have a little bit of notes here on the screen too, and it was blocking my view. Anyway, so one thing I want to note is where the white is on the swords. if I cannot do this in reversal, guys. The white on the swords is facing towards the head. Um, I want to keep an eye on that, see if that's always something that occurs whenever we're talking about thought and intelligence and the looking forward of things, and really having that mental contemplation with stuff. So we have that white on the sword, the illumination of intelligence and the thought process being closest to the head, the seat of thought. So it's really, this card to me in general means a uh, a thought process that is you're kind of struggling with, and you're trying to find your way. We have a lot of things that go along with that. So this is really the time of intercontemplation, and the Ace of Swords, we were discussing how this is the beginning of a thought process that is leading you towards something. This is the continuation of that. So we have the white of the swords going towards the head. So that to me would mean that there is a thought and a deep contemplation that is in, pointed towards the seat of thought, i.e. the head. Up here we have the moon. The moon is in the waxing position. So that whenever it comes to the moon is about intuition, following your intuition, starting to trust the intuition that you are embarking upon this journey, and that your intuition is going to help you along. Now, going on here, we have quite plainly the hoodwinked female, and really we don't know if this person is a male or female just by the way that they're dressed. A.E. Waite says that this is a female, however we really don't know. It could be a male with a long robe and a little longer hair. It's not uncommon in the tarot to have somebody that has longer hair still be considered a male. So really a lot of the figures in the tarot, as Pamela Coleman Smith has drawn them, look fairly androgynous. So this could be, to me, a male or female figure. So anyway, we have this person, like I said, they have a blindfold on. They are really closing themselves off from the logical, the sight aspect of seeing where they're going and what they're doing as far as making plans. This is more about the inner contemplation and going along with your mental preparedness, your intuitive preparedness for this journey. Now, behind this figure, you see the rocks here. My thought on this card is that they are trying to get from this area to this area. So you have kind of a traveling aspect to it. If they're trying to get over there, they have a little bit of, rough waters to go along. And these little islands of rocks can be detrimental to them in their travels. So, to me, this is more trying to navigate those rough waters in order to make your goal to this finalized place, and really trusting that intuition that goes along with it. This is a card more of, trust in yourself, the kind of, I call it the Wizard of Oz effect. You had the gift all along, all this time you had a brain, Scarecrow. You had heart all along, Tin Man. So to me, this is kind of the Wizard of Oz card. You have the capability within you to find your way across these rough waters to your final destination. And this is really the card of the inner knowing and getting to that point of preparedness and really sorting out your thoughts in order to get to that final point. So I'm going to skip that one, and that one for a second. Oh, come on. I actually had things like circled and all that I wanted to touch on. Okay. Anyway, we're going to just move on. The water is the one I was looking for, but the water is actually emotion in the tarot. So this is also denoting to me that not only is this a mental challenge and a mental journey for you, it's also going to be an emotional journey for you. So kind of the effect of follow your heart to get to where you want to go. This little island over here, whether it's an island, whether it's another continent, another side of a river, we really don't know what this is beyond. And really, we don't have any concept of where they're at as drawn by Pamela Colman Smith. In talking about that, right now they are on steady ground. I want to kind of point the earthiness, the steady ground, the sure-footedness that they are actually on in this card. So in this card, they are actually standing on, or everything is on right now, a concrete ground. They are very grounded in where they're at. They're grounded in the way that they're thinking. This is a perfect position to be sitting there contemplating your next step. How are you going to get across these rough waters in order to get to where you need to be? Also, they are sitting on this very sturdy concrete bench. Now, I don't know about you, but this cannot be the most comfortable place to sit. However, they seem fairly content sitting there in the way that they are. And it's really kind of, again, the sure-footedness or the sureness in where they're at, that they can be blindfolded and be sitting in this meditative kind of style. Whenever, I'm going to put that down for a second, whenever a lot of people start meditation, they first start out with, sit down in a comfortable, straight-backed position, and sit there and just close your eyes and be in that meditative space, focusing on your breathing and whatnot. So this actually, to me, really seems like that type of situation. This person is sitting on a flat surface. They have their feet planted firmly on the ground. It's a sure-footedness area. They know that they're not going to topple over. The seat that they are on is clearly right there, and it is not going to move one iota. So this is really a place of being in that moment and being still and being steady. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out on here, is that this is very much a steady ground, and you're looking forward to going across that sea here, across these rough waters, and this is the moment whenever you're really contemplating how you're going to get there. So focusing on the positioning of the hands, this is actually, to me, I think of these crossed hands. Whoops, almost dropped the card. These crossed hands, the right over the left, the right being one that you would attack with. However, they're not really attacking. And not only that, the way that they have their hands actually speaks to me as kind of a relaxed pose. This is also the pose that King Tutankhamun, the golden sarcophagus portion of the like 3 layers of sarcophagi um, that were uncovered in that archaeological find, this is one of the positions that were holding. I think it was the crook, and there was something else. I think it was a crook and a whip. But anyway, it doesn't really matter what it was that King Tut was holding. I'm sure to them it was a big deal. But in this instance, it kind of denotes to me the relaxation, the I'm relaxed in how I'm sitting here. And you really see that on this individual's face. They're not struggling, right there. They're not struggling. They're not seeming to be in any pain. They're really content in how they are sitting there. Looking at the angles of the swords, they're about a 60-degree angle, which would make that an equilateral triangle. If you go across the top here and down and up, it would make an equilateral triangle, which would also make it from here down to the ground an equilateral triangle of 60 degrees on each corner. That to me seems an awful lot like the as above, so below. So we get that that continuation of balance in this one. Not only are the swords balanced, but the upper and lower are also balanced as well. And balance is a big thing in the tarot, or at least in the Rider-Waite-Smith. The balance of them being balanced on the edge of this. Here they are perfectly balanced. They are solidly on there. We'll see in the Two of Pentacles, when we get there, that the individual is balancing while juggling the pentacles and whatnot. So I mean, it's all about balance. So the upper, the as above and so below being perfectly balanced. Jelly, you cannot be on my lap right now. Is something to note, that they are not only balanced from above, but they're also balancing the below as well, and that communion between deity and themselves, or their higher selves in themselves. Noting the shoes here. Shoes are yellow, which is like positivity, intelligence, and whatnot. So we have that call back to the thought process and keeping your eye on the prize. Even though this person is hoodwinked, they're contemplating their next step and keeping their eye on the prize. Excuse me there. I'm going to go ahead and drink some coffee, because my throat's starting to get a little scratchy. Anyway, let me see what else I have here. I already talked about the water. There is the water one I was looking for. I'm saving that one until last. Talked about that. So let's see, what did I not talk about yet? Oh, the robe. The white robe that this person is wearing, to me, denotes innocence, and that they are approaching this journey, this process, with an innocent mind, with an innocent way of view. And you can even see that with the blindfold that they have on, that there is an innocence there. And even though they're holding swords, they're not doing it in an offensive way. They're doing it in a completely relaxed and not even wielding them in an offensive manner. They're not even in a defensive manner. They're just like kind of just chilling out holding swords, which is unusual. But to me, this person is approaching the situation, approaching the uh, the journey that they're about to go on with a lot of innocence. So, and then talking about the blindfold, again, the blindfold is white with the innocence. Um, with them wearing a blindfold, they are putting their trust in their thought process rather than in a rational uh, solution of sight. Like, they could turn around, look at these rough waters, and say, okay, this is the most rational way for me to get from where I'm at here across to this land back here where I want to be and be safe. However, they're taking this time to say, no, I'm going to trust my intuition. I'm going to trust what I have inside of me as knowledge and as quiet contemplation, quiet meditation. And I'm going to get there by the process of thinking and of contemplation rather than by the more logical or more, I don't even know if logical is the right word, the more mundane way of saying, hey, I can bust out a map and look at how to get there. So they're really focused on the thought process. Not only that, whenever you have your eyes closed, you take away the distractions that may come along. There may be people there that are walking by. There may be a forest there. There may be a palace there that they can get distracted in that beauty. No, this person is on a mission, and they know that they are able to get to where they want to be, but they have to think it through and how they're going to do it. And again, with the moon, they're at the beginning stages of this. So, also with regards to swords, the swords cut through the fog of your mind, as we discussed in the first swords, the Ace of Swords. So maybe they're holding that to, bring down the power from above, their higher self, their deities, ancestors, whatever you want to call it. Maybe they're bringing down those through the power of the swords. We talk about swords and how they can direct energy, or athames or wands and how they can direct energy. Not only can they bring energy out from them, they can also receive energy. So maybe they're bringing in the energy through the swords into their heart to reveal a way to get there. So that's a little thought that I just had right now. So you can see how my thought process goes on this. I'm kind of doing these by the seat of my pants on some of these. Sorry about hitting the mic there. But I really find the contemplation of the different symbols here and there really interesting. And one thing that I've noticed on the Two of Swords that I have not found any single reference to in any of the books that I have, and I have a fair amount of books. I have searched the websites, multiple websites for this. I cannot find any explanation for the difference in color between the hands and the robes. In theory, let me see if I can actually zoom in on this. In theory, that would also be the same color white. However, it's not. So what is up with this color difference? Now, adjust this again. Sorry. Okay, so what is the deal with the different color right here? It's never really explained and it's never really known. Um, and my speculation is, could it actually be a part of the robe that just didn't get colored throughout the ages? Absolutely, could be, and I will totally give you that. Um, but to me, that is like, this is, the energy from the swords coming down from above. Now that I'm thinking of that, the energy of the swords coming down is gathering in, like, in the heart chakra area, and that's giving them um, the feeling of them being empowered to know how to get there. um, the heart chakra gives you the communication capabilities. It controls the heart, the feelings, and whatnot. But maybe this is just the way that it comes in. It's coming through the heart chakra to help out with the mind and whatnot. So maybe that's it. Maybe because I believe the heart chakra also deals with the ears. I could be incorrect on that. It's been a while since I studied chakras, so maybe that's their way of hearing, or maybe just because it's the heart chakra, that's how deity speaks to this individual, is through the heart, and following that heart, following that inner knowing of how to get there. So I don't know. There's no real explanation on it, and I would really enjoy hearing everybody else's thoughts on what really is going on right here. It's never explained. So I've given a couple of my rambling thoughts and what I think, but I would be interested in knowing what you guys think. Is it just a miscoloration from the originals? Could be. Do we have any of the originals available? Not really. Um, and yeah, so there's that. So that's all that I have for this Tarot Talk Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, in reverse, it would mean the exact opposite. Maybe you're spending too much time not listening to your higher self, not following your intuition, your inner knowing, your inner deity calling down to you, your higher self calling down to you, your communication with deity. This person is very much in a meditative state, and maybe you aren't in that state, and maybe that's something that, if this card comes up in reverse, that you might want to fix. So let me get another drink of coffee here. Okay, so maybe that's something that you want to fix with these coming up in reverse. If you read reversals, maybe you're not on as sure of a footing as you think you are, and this is a warning of that. Maybe you're not following your heart, and you're not following your thought process, your intuitive process. Maybe you're going at it just from seeing it. Maybe you need to blindfold yourself a little bit and follow that. So those are thoughts on reversals. I think tomorrow, it being Witchy Wednesday, and also a big day in the USA, hopefully everything goes off wonderfully, and President-elect Biden goes into office. I try not to talk politics too much on this channel, but hopefully everything with the turmoil and whatnot that is in the US right now doesn't rear its ugly head with the inauguration. I will be watching that. So, but tomorrow is Witchy Wednesday, and I believe it's going to be a segment on holy water and how I make holy water for myself. So I'm gonna get out some of my salt, some water, a little vessel to keep them all in, and yeah, I'll go through the process and whatnot with you guys, and we can go over all that tomorrow. So if that's something that you would like to do, join me tomorrow on Witchy Wednesday. In the meantime, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button because, well, we gotta appease the algorithm gods of YouTube. And yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think that little thingy in the middle is, and let me know if you're liking this series, because your comments keep me doing these things. I really feed on the yes, no, I like this, I don't like this, fix this, don't stop doing this, that type of thing. Let me know all these things because then I can, you know, make this channel a little bit better. Until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.